afternoon, everybody. It's me, Eric Law, with Lilley's Resort and Marina here on Lake Taneycomo. Today is December 26, 2025. We're getting really close to the new year, and figured I'd take us kind of down near Monkey Island today. Weather is beautiful. It's just a slight breeze, but we're looking to be in the mid-70s today. Right now it's about 70 degrees. And the water is going to be interesting because it's fluctuating quite a bit today. It was running about 2 units earlier, then it shut down to about half a unit, about 35 megawatts per hour. And then we ended up, throughout the time, we're jumping up to about 50, so about 1 unit, and then it's going to jump up to about 2 units again. So we're going to see what fishing's like. I went ahead and brought my fly rod today. Let me go ahead and kind of get this deployed real quick. I hope you all had a great Christmas. There we are. Go ahead and kind of get us. So I saw some of these trees over here. I'll kind of point the camera here in a little bit, but I'm just trying to get out of the lane of traffic here. But I thought there might be some fish kind of hiding out in some of this debris over here since we do got some sunlight. So I figured maybe take us over here before we get over to Monkey Island. We'll try some of these banks, try where there's some debris lying here. See what happens. But yes, I brought my fly rod for kind of the lighter water. Like I said, right now the drift is quite light. The further downstream you go from the dock, usually it gets a little lighter. So, but what I got on my fly rod today is I've got this chartreuse megaworm. So nothing too crazy. Oh, he's flying at you. Maybe he'll attract the fish, I don't know. But a nice little chartreuse megaworm. He's sitting under my float, probably about 4 feet or so. Obviously it's going to take a little bit just to let that dip down, but I'm going to go ahead and get it a little wet here just to kind of give it a little bit of weight. And I'm going to probably get us a little bit closer over here. Don't want to get too close, but maybe just enough. Like I said, there is just a slight breeze today. So that slight breeze can sometimes cause these lighter baits to do pretty bad. Or it can make them tough to cast, I should say. Not bad, but just tough to cast. Ah, that's why. Okay. Well, yet again, it has been a while since I've fished, so just bear with me a little bit as the weather has been fantastic. Like I said, I hope you all had a great Christmas. It was pretty nice for me and my family. Sadly, my son had to work at the hospital that day, and Christmas is his birthday, so it was a little bit of a Debbie Downer to just not have my son around. I know most of you think, oh, how old are you if you have a son? Already working in the hospital. I'm getting close to about 40 years of age, but he's my stepson, but you know what? Any son's a son, so he's a good kid, and you just sometimes gotta enjoy the times you got for father, son. Oh man, that was rough. That was rough. I'm gonna pull this in just a little bit and try to recast some of that out there real quick. All right, here we go. Just kind of what we wanted. Thrown by some of this green here. Never know, when the fish are out, the fish are out. Yeah, anyway, son had to work at the hospital. So it wasn't a super eventful Christmas. It's all about spending Christmas with family, and especially our son, it's his birthday, so he's the big focal point. It's getting to spend time with him and all that fun stuff. So it can make it difficult sometimes when you're hoping to spend that time with a loved one and you don't get that time. So, but you know, regardless of that, we got to go over to my mother-in-law's house and spend some time with them as well. And yeah, it was a good time. We had a good time. So, like I said, I know, guys, let me go ahead and get this camera moved over here for you. So really what I'm trying to do is there's just some of this like debris and stuff over on this bank. Thinking maybe the fish might want to hide in here today, but we'll have to see. Kind of in a bad predicament because I really don't want to, I really don't like drifting forward like this. Now you guys are kind of losing track of everything. I'm try to spin us around here real quick. This wind is being extra finicky, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip us around this way. Here we go. Because the wind's kind of playing with us a little bit, I'm just gonna hold this out this way. And now I'm flipping us completely all the way around, like a 180. There we go. All right. All right, that was fun. Here we go. Let's get us on this side. And then what I'm gonna do is bring this around. There we go. That's more like it. This is what I like to do. Ooh, but not hit myself. Just hit myself with this thing. That's great. All right. I'm not sure what just happened here. Oh, okay. So this is fun. What a tangled mess I got myself into. Here we go. Okay. So, yes, what a fun time at one cast when you haven't done one cast in a while and you're like, what is going on? All right, so got to reset my float here real quick. Well, now this is all sorts of backwards right now, but that's what's fun. Got to do this live on camera. Why not? It's called fishing for a reason, because fishing is all about all the fun and the mishaps. So go. Alright, that should put enough friction on there. Alright, be careful there, little mega worm. Well, I had thrown that first cast. Sorry about the first cast. I did not get anything on that first cast. I realized I threw a first cast. I thought maybe at one point I might have had a little bit of a nibble, but it was really hard to tell because I did see my float kind of go down, but it's possible that during that time I had something. Now, the good sign I'm seeing right here, guys, is just looking up just where I came from. I did see what looks like some fish biting near the top, so there might be some in this brush. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get over just a little bit more. I don't want to be too close to this bank. I don't want to scare fish that might be hanging out over there. So I gotta get myself a little bit of more distance here. I have to speed this up just slightly. All right. So just in case the water does happen to change on me a little bit, as in like the megawatts, it's possible that one of the things I will need to do is I do have a spin cast rod with me as well. And on that one I've got different various sizes of jigs, so we could always throw a jig last minute here. You know me, guys, I love to jig fish. But fly fishing is very therapeutic, I've noticed. I'm not great at it. I'm still learning how to do all the fun casts, especially when the wind gets a little tight. I just did not have enough of that. All right. Yet again, this wind likes to push. It does, it likes to push. That's what makes it tough when you haven't fished in a little bit, and then all of a sudden you got some wind variables here. That can be tough. Oh, I held the wrong part. Goofy me. All right, hold on. Man, I am struggling with this. What in the world did I do here? Put like a knot through everything. All right, here we go. Ugh. I think you guys are watching me fish more line than you are actually fish. Kind of crazy, to be honest with you. But come on now. Man, I might have to switch to a jig if I'm going to be fishing this bad. Sheesh. All right, so I got an issue there too. Issue is, how did I get that tangled? Man, oh man. Yep, so I don't know. I've got a bad tingle in that right there. I may just have to switch over because that flipped on the other side of this, and I just don't have time to be dealing with all this. So, well, I was hoping to try that mega worm. I got to try it, I guess, a couple times, but off to jig fishing we go. Fly fishing will just have to wait another day. I got that all sorts of tangled up, and I apologize, guys. Just a lot of stuff going on with this. I like to do stuff like that. And guess what? I am not prepared because I forgot to grab my spin cast rod. I'm realizing that. So, never mind. I don't know if I put it on a different boat or what I did with it. That's really sad. Well, I guess I'll be stuck with this fly fishing today. Let me just fix this knot and I'll get back with you. Right, so here we are, back online. Here we go. So sorry about that tangled mess. That was actually a big mess that I was not expecting to happen. And you know what? In fishing, anything can happen. So easy to snag on something, easy to break off, easy to get tangled, easy for the wind to do something. There's always something. There's always a variable, guys. You know that. It's fishing. It's fishing. It's part of the whole thing. All right, so here we go. We got everything all fixed there. So let's see here. We got a couple kayakers. We're getting close to Monkey Island. So I'm going to take us over towards this ridge over here. I do see some logs and things, so I'll have to be careful about that, but we're going to try fishing over here. You know, I've never actually really fished this much down by Monkey Island. I've fished Monkey Island a couple times, and yeah, I have caught some pretty decent trout down this way before. It's just been a while since I've been to Monkey Island, so of course I'm not there yet. It's just right around the corner there. We're not far from it, but figured that we've got some nice open water around here. You know, it's best to sometimes try different things. So yes, I did mention earlier that I thought I had my jigging rod, but I must have forgot to grab it, so that's why it's like, well, let's just get the mess untangled, and we will keep trying with this Truce mega worm and see if we get anything. That's all right. Sometimes you just gotta stick with what you got, right? Stick with what you got. And that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Like I said, it can just be tough though sometimes because try to get a little bit closer to the shore over there. Like I said, I dropped it about 4 feet, so sometimes these mega worms in slower conditions can do all right. just give it a little bit of a jolt. It's just hard to know if I'm near a pocket of fish or if I'm near any fish, but I've got a nice little gentle I do have a nice little gentle current going on right now. Oh, come on now. Like I said, there are some logs and things down over here. I don't know if any fish are using these any areas, but I'll just try going for a little bit, and if I don't catch anything, not a big deal. Like I said, I was hoping maybe to do some jig fishing, but it's kind of my fault that I didn't realize I didn't grab my jig rod. That's all right. Sometimes you just gotta fish with what you have, and even if you don't catch anything, it's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I like to catch stuff, but like I said, I haven't fished in a while. The weather is beautiful to go fishing, though. Like I said, we've been pretty much in the 70s. It was 77 yesterday. We broke a record for Christmas. 77 degrees. What is this, Florida? Christmas in Florida or something? Got a nice little breeze trying to kick me off. But you know, the nice thing about fly fishing, it is very therapeutic. It's very relaxing. Sometimes, like I said, if you haven't done it in a little while, sometimes it's just getting back into recasting, learning how to cast again. Otherwise, yeah, not bad. See some logs behind us. So I'm just trying to straighten out the boat a little bit. Sorry guys, I didn't even realize I don't even have this pointed where you probably want to see what I'm doing. Nothing too crazy, more just got some different stuff going on over here. I got the wind picking up. Wind's kind of pushing the boat a little bit. You always gotta have fun with that stuff. said, I'm not exactly right at Monkey Island, but I'm just above it. Just above it. Thought I had. Sometimes I forget how much of a lead I've got on this thing. Well, guys, my float just came off. I see it just right up here, so I'll have to see what I can do here. I don't know if it came off in two pieces. I do see the red part. But yeah, I don't know. I might have to call this a day already. Yeah, so the white part must have come off somewhere else. I think I've got another float. That's why you carry stuff as a fisherman, right? That's why I always carry one of these pucks, because you know you can just throw it in your back pocket and you can always get stuff. Always have something, right? So. Oh, the fishing has been pretty slow lately, but you know, some of that comes from the fact that when they are adjusting the water like they have, where they're constantly messing around with the water generation, it can just make the fish a little bit more finicky. So I've noticed, you know, off the dock recently, it's been a little slower. Out on boats, it's been pretty good, because at least with it on a boat, you know, you can always go out and find schools of fish different places. So there's kind of a nice benefit to that. I'll try this little come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Get on there. There you go. There we are. All right. Like I said, I'm not sure what happened to the white part of the float that I had, but that's all right. Just throw another float on and let's keep going. Of course, then we had this boat come where I'm at, so I'm gonna have to push myself kind of away from the shore here. There we go. There we are. All right, let's see how my mega worm looks, because it looks like he's caught himself on his hook, so don't want that. We want it to look very presentable like a worm. One rule of thumb you should always do is always just check your bait, because sometimes when you think it's probably all right, more than likely why you haven't caught any fish is because because your bait somehow snagged itself or got messed up, or, you know. So it's always good to just double check and make sure you don't have a mess up on your bait. There's a lot of time that people don't check their bait and they just keep recasting it and throwing it. It's easy to do when you're fly fishing, and after you've been sitting here for about 30 minutes thinking, oh, I haven't caught any fish at all, what's going on? You realize, oh, well, that's why. I wasn't paying attention at all to the presentation of what I had for fishing. So just a good rule of thumb to always check your always good rule of thumb to check. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I have my boat in such a weird orientation. So my float's out there. Every once in a while I might give it a little bit of a bump just to kind of give that look of like a worm's kind of floating around. Like I said, I might have to get a little bit closer to a bank. I was hoping getting close to debris like over there might bring us a little bit of a fish, because like I said, when the sun's out like it is right now, of course I snagged on something. Oh yeah, I see over here we got a pretty big log. Oh, I see. This is really annoying. I got him off finally. Cool. All right, well, I think I'll probably do a couple more casts, and I think that's gonna be it, guys. I haven't had really any action on this mega worm. Usually I can get some action on a mega worm, but you know, you just got to be in the right place, right time. There just may not be many fish over in this area that I'm at. I don't know, hard to tell. It's not like I've got a fish finder or anything. And there we go, we're snagged on that same thing. Boy, I'm telling you. Kind of annoying, to be honest. Yeah, that's That's a big tree stump right there. And yep, he broke off. Broke off. There we go. All right, guys, well, that will conclude my fishing for the day. Sorry it's a little early, but like I said, I forgot to bring my other rod. So to tie on something on this, I don't have any extra line for tippet. Kind of broke off right where my tippet lead was. So I didn't really prepare myself that much when I didn't realize I didn't have my the spin cast rod with me. So that kind of limited my selection of what I had. So, but that's all right, guys. Still was fun. Had a good time. Sorry we didn't catch anything today, but that's all right. We'll just go ahead and call it a day, and thanks for hanging out with me on this time with one cast. Sorry it was a lot of just getting back into fly rod fishing, but if I would have grabbed my spin cast, maybe would have had hopefully some opportune time with the jig, but that's all right. Hope you all had a good Merry Christmas and have a good rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.